There is a storm on the horizon. They say it follows a ship rigged with black sails. They'll destroy anyone who stands in between them and their hunt for gold. Have mercy on your soul if you ever run into these buccaneers. Run them down to David Jones' locker.
Yeah, this the home of the Bucs.
Home of the Bucs.
For all them cannons, watch out my city turn up. We gotta do something, there's levels to this, we got love it with us. They tell me we finally got it, I feel like we did it, at level we
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Bucnblake Sports live on BucsReport.com. I'm Blake Anthony, and this is my Friday edition to the pregame to the Jacksonville Jaguars. As always, you're going to hear from Byron Leftwich. You're going to hear from Todd Bowles. You're going to get Madden 20's prediction on the game. I have nothing to do with that. I'm going to talk about Jaguars offense, Nick Foles version, and and then we're going to take your calls and stuff, and we're going to get to that. And the phone calls are going to be open for a while. So, again, don't call in until you see it on the screen, and you'll know for sure when it's time to call in. But let me give a shout-out to all the other shows and all the other groups. Beware of the Bay. Check them out here on Bucs Report. Other great shows. Cannon Fire Podcast, Buck Ball Podcast, Real Bucs Talk, Red Flag Podcast, Buck What You Heard, Fantasy and Flavors, The Sports Web, Thursday Night Live with Charles Richardson, and check out all those guys giving it 24/7, 365, giving you all the styles that you need to proceed to get through your week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers when it's not on Sunday. Also, always want to give a shout out to the Buckaholics all over, all the way from the UK, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Hawaii, California, Texas, Utah, Canada. Benvenino, Live Bucs Report. And Indiana, of course, Misador coming out of Indiana chapter. Appreciate you guys. Devin White gave you Buckaholics a huge shout out. That's what's up. This is where you guys are getting noticed. That's cool because you guys are all over the nation and across the pond, across seas, showing your love for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And while I'm here doing my end, reporting in, talking about you guys and seeing what you guys think, week to week. Do you think we can go on a win streak, a 2-game win streak, or win out like JS Pierre Paul says they can do, like they did with the Giants and squeaked in the last playoff spot? Well, we don't know, but we're going to find out today, and we're going to talk to you guys about it. But first, before we get into all that, let's hear from our sponsor at Life's a Beach Real Estate.
At Life's a Beach Realty, we're all about life on the beach. Stunning Panama City Beach and one of the most beautiful properties on the Gulf Coast. Shores of Panama. Radiant, elegant, and spectacular. Steps away from white sugar sand. Every room overlooks the turquoise of the Gulf of Mexico. Come in for your tour today. Life's a Beach Realty is your gateway to Shores of Panama, the shores, and a whole lot more. Life's a Beach Realty.
Again, if you have any questions, give them a call. They'll get to you. We'll get you set up with somebody, and we'll definitely get you to talk to somebody if you're interested in any of that. But as I promised, we will get into our preliminary so I can get to you guys calling in and talk about Jaguars game and what you expect or whatever, is going on in the game. We'll talk about all that. Floor is yours soon, just not right now. Of course, I always put the poll up. There it is. It should be hitting you in your handy dandy smartphone in a second, and we can get into that. Let me give some shout outs to everybody who showed up in the group so far. Of course, Misador, Day, as always, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and the holidays coming up. Ronnie, what's going on? Christopher Cole, as always, and Peter. So nobody's copying you, Peter. I don't know what you're talking about. So let's get into it. Let's listen to Byron Leftwich, the short version, because normally Byron Leftwich is so elongated when he talks. And then I'll just write my notes down, and then we'll talk about it as usual. So here we go.
Balance, because you can run the ball if you're not behind, and that keeps them off balance a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah. Like I told you guys, I love the guys that's running the ball for us. So if we can just give them attempts, give them opportunities to continue run the ball, they'll do great things with it, especially the way we're getting head on the head up front. We're doing a real good job of getting our hands on our guy, and the guys we got running the ball are doing an excellent job of running it when they have it.
Byron, you've talked a little bit about how impressive you've been with Jameis being able to throw the ball away, and live for another down, I guess. That message to him, is that one that's more like, is that more of a mentality that the guy has to have as a quarterback to be able to do that and know that, it's better to do that versus trying to do too much, I guess?
It's a learned process. It's something that has to be learned. And he's doing an excellent job of it, to be honest with you. He's getting better at it. You guys can see it on a week-to-week basis. We're getting better at it, so now we're in better situations. So the fact that we're in better situations now and our playmakers can make plays consistently because we can put them in position to make plays. When you don't play well from in the pocket, when you're not protecting well, you're always in 2nd and 14s, right? 2nd and 15s, 3rd and 14s. And in this league, it's not a down and distance that you really want to live in. So we're doing an excellent job up front. He's doing an excellent job of just keeping us ahead of the sticks.
Anything better than a big man scoring a touchdown? When you think of it, like in all of football, like when you were playing, did you love the big man score a touchdown?
Especially that big. I don't know if they ever this big, right?
Might be in the history lesson.
Yeah, never this big, but that goes to show you where the player is going. I remember, when the refrigerator ran that touchdown in.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. I remember that, right?
Yeah.
And then to come to look at his weight, he was only, 310,
A lot
305.
less, 315, yeah.
And that was amazing because, he had commercials against the Budweiser bottle. Y'all remember all that? Yeah. So to see a guy as big as Vita, it just shows you where the athlete is going in today's game.
Did the first time somebody came to you, or how did it evolve that you said, hey, we're going to use this guy on offense? And what was that practice like?
Well, we always knew of the talent that he had and he possessed. Like I said, we seen that highlight tape way before you guys, right?
Yeah.
So anybody that can do that. And my saying is, I've been saying this forever, every great defensive tackle in this league has always played running back in high school. I don't care where you look at, who they are. I bet Sapp played running back in high school or something of that nature, right? Something around, I think good ball skills help with the position. So it was something that I always knew and had, and then we went down to tight end. And that's where the wheels started turning. Hey, let's see if we can get Vita in here and see what'll happen. And then when you see it, you're like, whoa, this is legit. Like, this is not no
gimmick,
fluke.
right?
No, it's not a fluke. He was the best guy for what we're asking him to do, run, pass, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He's that type of athlete. So we thought we'd reward him with a ball since he did such a great job on that one play down at the red zone when we scored, when Peyton ran it in.
Byron, how many times do you have to run that play in practice to be comfortable that's gonna work?
Not a lot when you have the athlete like that. I'm always talking to him when he's down there, run and pass on what he needs to do, because I know he's preoccupied throughout a practice with what he have to do on the other side of the ball. So He always come down with us, especially in walkthrough and everything. And I always try to talk him through everything. Goody do a good job of talking him through everything, especially in the run game. So I just wanted them to, the key is get set. Get set, Vita. Go up there and get set. Get set. So there's no illegal formation or anything like that. Once we got set, I knew there was a good chance by the way that they play and what we were running that he had a shot at it.
Team got excited, right?
Oh, that's always great for your team, and you know that will happen. You know that happens to your team.
Yeah.
You just watch our sideline. I didn't see it.
Oh,
I would like to see it, but I know I can guarantee it was crazy because I was pretty much going crazy. It's the happiest touchdown I had this year. It's crazy, right? Just to see that because, the guy works so hard. He comes over to outside the ball. He takes it really serious.
Yeah,
it's not a joke to him.
No, he played both sides.
Yeah, so it's really serious to him. So to see him detail it up and to see him have an opportunity to get that really for our team, it gave our team energy. And as you can see, the team loved Vita, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
One of the very rare occasions that you won't hear Byron Leftwich talk for too long. Of course, when you listen to Bowles, he doesn't go too long either. He's very straight to the point. The whole time I'm watching that, I'm just listening to Byron. I'm like, geez, this guy's arms got to be killing, sitting here trying to hold it the whole time. Listening to Byron, he should have got one of the sound mics, so he wouldn't have had to sit there and hold it for that long. But if you're just tuning in, I'm Blake Anthony. This is my show at Bucnblake Sports, live on Bucsreport.com every Monday and Friday. Monday doing postgame, Friday doing pregame. We're going to get to the phone line so everybody can call in soon. I want to get through the preliminary process so we can cover everything all at once with the tape and all that stuff because, Friday's usually a long, well, it's not too long, so I'm going to get to it. I'm going to keep interacting with you guys. I'm going to keep interacting with you guys in the chat group. But I just want to touch on one thing you said. Against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you'll see we have to get in the successful third down situations. You can't get in those 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 10s, taking stupid holding penalties, and then taking incompletes and things like that. Just got to not shoot ourselves in the foot because watching tape of them on defense, they swipe at the ball. They thrive on turnovers because they're used to not having a good offense, so their defense is pretty much trying to do the most that they can to get the ball back to the offense. And so we got to be really, really precautious on holding on to the ball and keeping the ship straight and not turning over, which, it's hard to say here because, we turn over the ball a lot on offense. But as long as we can keep the points low, we should be able to win. I think somebody put up a crazy stat. When Bucs don't give up more than 30 points, we're 3-1. Well, you can't give up 30 points, period, but that's crazy. But let me stop rambling. Let me get to Todd Bowles real quick and touch in whatever he's talking about.
Just understanding the game plan and how to execute. We would like to catch a share of them. Obviously, we need to catch more of them, but it's a start. We just got to keep working at it and keep grinding. I think the more they play and the more confidence they get, the better they'll be.
When you see Jabal Dean and the production he's had for the little bit of time that he's actually played, is it just his innate ball skills? Does he have a knack for anticipating routes? I know he's studied a lot, so he credits the film work and all the extra time.
Like I said, he puts the work in. He puts the work in. He puts the time in. He understands what's happening to him, and he's making plays.
What about how'd your pass rush come alive? Because it's a combination, right, of rush and coverage. What happened well for you on that side?
They got off the ball, JPP, Shaq, Sue, Vita, Carl, all those guys got off the ball. When you get pass pressure, it makes the breakups a lot easier.
Is Shaq at that point where, in addition to getting the sacks, he's getting the ball out now? I mean, that's like next level stuff, right? It's one thing to get the quarterback on the ground, which you want.
Yeah, I think he had that when he came. They did a lot of that in Denver, so it's an innate skill that he has, sacking the quarterback and causing fumbles, which helps us out a lot.
Todd, in terms of some of the rookies on defense, is there a certain part of the season that you kind of look and see, like, okay, these guys are – everyone talks about how there's not rookies anymore at this point in the season. Is this kind of the time of the year that you kind of look and see, these guys are starting to get it or mature from a rookie to a guy who has a little bit more experience in the league?
I don't think I have the time to see if they mature or not. I just know when they're ready to play and to play them, and I can see the growth through the process, but there's no set time. Some get it earlier, some get it later, so there's no set time. They're just growing all at different times, doing different things, and we're just bringing them along.
You see Vita, and what he's done just on the defensive side. We knew he was a big, strong guy. How is he getting better each week? You see his pass rush, the swim move he had was terrific the other day.
He's been a lot of help. Coach Rogers and Coach Locust does a great job also with the experience of Bo and Sue helping him out, understanding what blocks are coming and everything else, just advancing him mentally, physically. He's a beast. Mentally they're advancing him to a whole new level.
As a coach or football player, is anything better than seeing a big man touchdown?
Scoring 2.
Sure. Were you ever? I mean, is it seriously though? I mean, to have a guy that's that versatile and athletic to help you on both sides is quite a.
That's a good thing. I mean, that's a great thing. The more you can do in football, Vita blocks a lot, and he was rewarded with a touchdown on Sunday, so that just makes him block a lot more.
That's right.
As always, Todd Bowles, short, sweet, and to the point. Not gonna really go into it. They both sides really just wanted to talk about Vita Vea scoring a touchdown and being versatile. I said this before, we need more versatile players like that so you can plug and play people with special packages and stuff like that and bring more versatility to the team. Again, if you're just turning in, this is Bucnblake Sports live on Bucsport.com. I'm Blake Anthony. This is Friday's pregame edition to the Buccaneers versus the Jaguars. We still got the predictions coming up. Mine. We're going to go through the tape, go through Madden's predictions, and then the phone lines. It's not going to take very long, but I believe Peter brought up in the chat Jason Pierre-Paul's knee injury. I do got who's out and who's in. Scotty Miller did not participate, is out. Anthony Nelson's out. MJ Stewart's out. Carl Nassib is questionable. Bo Allen, full participation. Dean, full participation. Dotson in. Golston in. Murphy Bunting in. Pierre-Paul, full participation. Jaguars have out. They have Rodney Harrison out. They have Herndon questionable. Miles Jack is questionable with a knee. Josh Allen, Calais Campbell, Conley, Linder, Smoot are all full participation for the game Sunday, and that's live straight from Buccaneers.com, along with all those great videos I constantly post here. It's so great that they put content out for us to talk about, and that's great. So let's break into the tape here. Like I said, I'm going to try to get you guys to the phone line as soon as possible. Now, we're just going to go into the Jaguars offense. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Jaguar. Now, they are going to pound the ball. They're going to pound the ball, and they're going to pound the ball. The one thing about Leonard Fournette, he's really not too dangerous when he's going north and south. It's when he gets, east and west. When he gets north and south, that's when he's dangerous. When he gets his little engine rumbling. So, be mindful here. Tape cut to the video when I was on all 22. It's a lot of power offense, man. And Foles does not want to run. He wants to stay in the pocket. He wants to throw from the pocket. So I expect Todd Bowles to call a lot of inside stunts. I expect to see a lot of that on Sunday and get Foles off his spot and try to make him mobile and make some throws downfield, something that he's not really wanting to do. I am surprised that I did not see more RPO in this. Him running an RPO on offense. I was surprised that you see a crossing right here when a blitz is. He wants to get the ball out of his hand as quick as possible and get it to his athletic players and let them do the work. Again, where we at? And this is basically one of their first long drives. Look at the cleats and the gloves on him. The run, the old Wisconsin offense, power left guard. Oh, yeah, everything is pretty much power. There's always a counter play. As you see Fournette picking up the blitz pickup. Just enough time to get the ball out to, I think, DJ Chark, which should be an issue. And then on offense, he just wants to get those quick curl routes, get the ball to his receivers. Get the ball out of his hands quickly. Even here in the 5 wide, I can guarantee you there's some type of crossing patterns within the inside receivers, and then the guys going mid and somebody going deep up top. I'm just going to guess here. What do you know? Crossing routes? Oh, curls. Foles decides, he wanted to go to the corner, but the receiver falls down. But he also had the 2 curls underneath. I hope Devin White, corrects those where he stares at the quarterback and tends to miss the receivers that's checking down right next to him, because that's all they're going to do right here. If you take those away and then let the guys on the defensive line do their job and get some pressure on Foles and possibly get a sack or a strip sack or something like that, that would be really, really great. I think somebody said in the chat they'd rather face Gardner, or they were scared of Gardner Minshew. Well, yeah, because he's got mobility to his advantage. He was really great in college doing that. So we're always facing mobile quarterbacks, but we have defensive line that could keep up with that. It's not like it's a Lamar Jackson situation. They're making an audible here at the line. I can guarantee you this is probably some type of run to the left side here. Yep, block down, chip up to the linebacker. Center gets pushed upfield. Leonard Fournette's able to get 10 yards and spins out the first tackle and gets about 15. That's a good run. It's an ugly run, but that's a good run. It's just power offense. Like you said, Misador, that's just power. Motion up. 86, 74, chip down on the end. And then 74 has got to go up to 55. 68 is going to seal block on this guard right here. And then we're off to the races. Pretty simple. Olga, how you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to the show. Block down. Finish the block off. And we're out of there. Poof. DB 54 whiffs on the tackle. Fournette's able to get an extra 10 yards out of it. Again, there's somebody countering back. Yep, the tight end comes up to seal the outside, but Fournette decides to go inside with it for a minimum run. If he hadn't been able to get that outside, he'd probably still be running. He possibly still would be running. One more time. Everything is cut back. Motion away. Defense is looking. Motion. So they're in man coverage. Switched up their defense. Man, I'm telling you, if he gets to this edge, he's out of there. Pull the guard. Pull him. Yeah, somebody missed 58. That's why he had to cut back inside. But if he could have got outside, it was a big run. Big run. I think this is a throwing play. Single safety high. You can go to the outside here. You got single up on the left, so I anticipate possibly some type of curl or inside route here. One-on-one. Yep, what do you know? Curl route. Make the DB make the tackle. Fortunately, the DB makes the tackle, but it's for a first down. So you're going to get those single high looks just like Jameis is going to do. You take your shots and let the receivers do the work on the outside. Just make sure you get ultimate protection and deliver the ball. Olga, how you doing there? I'm good. Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great stay. Yes, we did. We're here talking Jaguars. I will be in Duval myself Sunday. Looking forward to it. All right. That's pretty much what I wanted you guys to see on offense. It's a real simple offense. They're going to rely heavy on run. We want to put them in long third down situations and get pressure on Nick Foles. Because you see when they sustain decent down and distances, they're going to constantly motion with Nick O'Leary here. And then just power offense, man. Tight end moves the fullback. And this is just power O, man. Left guard pulls, get downhill, and get those yards, man. It's a simple offense. That's why we got to keep them in down distance, keep them uncomfortable, and we can get a big win and possibly get some turnovers. That's what I'm looking forward to. Again, this is me on Friday doing a pregame to Jacksonville Jaguars. I myself will be live from Jacksonville Sunday. You will hear from me on the sports web of Peter Blake live at Ferg's remote location. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Here we go. Let's do let's do Madden's prediction, and then we will get to the phone lines here. Here we go.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, here we go. Tampa Bay on offense. Jameis hits the play action. Excellent time to throw. Something we don't ever see all season. Tosses it back to you-know-who. Cam Brate. Beats the matchup, gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay up early in Jacksonville. Felipe, welcome to the show, doing the predictions. All right, Cameron Brate down. Don't hurt your arm throwing the ball down, celebrating and stuff. I know we in Duval. Jacksonville drives down, shotgun formation. Nick Foles, decent time, decent pocket. Looking for a receiver. Finds his man. DB bodies him up. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jacksonville down in the red zone. You can bet. Oh, no, they didn't pass. They didn't run. Pass. Throwing the out route underneath in the trips formation. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Close game. Bucs win, though, 2017. Jameis 282, 1 touchdown. Nick Foles, 270 yards passing. So you see it. Madden's predictions, 2017. Let's see what mine is. I got 30-21. Tampa Bay over Jacksonville. As I promised, let's get to the phone lines here. And we are up and live, and the phone line is ready. So, Johnny Dean, don't be shy. Go ahead and tap that line, and let me hear what you got to say. Phone line's up, 727-475-1882. Call in. Talk Bucs. Talk predictions. Talk who you expect to do well, who you don't expect to do well. Whomever you want to talk about. Peter, what's going on? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I told you no auto issue. Bucnblake Sports, Blake Anthony. What you want to talk about?
You know I ain't never shy. I'm just calling in to give my keys to the game, dude.
All right, what is it?
Well, on that side of the ball, we got to keep Calais Campbell in check, buddy.
Yep.
He can wreck any running game. We have to try to run outside. He can wreck screen passes. The guy's a wrecker. We got to get our tight ends involved. We got to get protection, dude. Our secondary, all they have to do is shut down 2 people, and then we got this game.
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, you talking about our offense? Our defense got to shut down 2 people.
Yeah, we only have to shut down 2 people on defense.
Oh, yeah. They don't really have a true number one. I mean, they're going to go throw to DJ Chark only because he's 6'4" and pretty athletic. But I have to agree with you as well as far as stopping Calais Campbell. He's not only he can do well in run support, he's great at pass rushing as well. The numbers to look for when we're on offense.
Calais Campbell's a wrecker, man. He's a wrecker. He can screw up the screen passes. He can screw up the run game. He can screw up a lot.
He reminds me a lot of John Henderson and Marcus Stroud back in the day for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's who he reminds me a lot of. Big space eater that can do a lot. The numbers to look for on defense to be scared of is 91, 41, and 93. Those are the guys that are going to create hell on our offensive line for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I cannot pronounce the one defensive end for the life of me. For the Jaguars, number 91, with his last name starts as an N. I can get Ongumbawale, but I can't get his name for the life of me. But I cannot get his name right for the life of me. And I'd hate butchering people's names.
The only one I really worry about is Campbell, because they all feed off Campbell. Whatever happens on that line feeds off what he's doing. If he's eating up 3 people, then the other guys are going to have a good day. If we can just control him, we'll be all right.
Absolutely. If you keep him in check, I think everything else will fall in order. Donovan Smith, it usually struggles against great pass rushers. He's gonna face a couple today, Sunday. So I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup as well as Damar Dotson.
Them long arms of Calais Campbell.
Yep.
Man. That guy, he's a monster, man.
I mean, Leftwich said it best. I said, for us to succeed in this game, you cannot be in those long third downs, those 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 14s.
The thing to do is run right at Calais Campbell.
Yep.
They're going to be stacking the side the other way.
Yep.
They're going to expect us to run away from Campbell. If we run right at Campbell and stunt, take him out. All we got to do is get him edged over. I think Godwin could edge him over a little bit, just enough to get a little bit of daylight in there. If you run right at him, I think we got a chance.
Right. It's a lot. Running at him is a lot easier to run away from because he can work down the line of scrimmage because he doesn't give up any ground.
They want you to run away from him. They want you to run away from him. They're going to game plan for that. They're going to stack the side.
The good part is we're not facing Jalen Ramsey on this Jacksonville team. Luckily, he's over there in L.A. whom we already played. But I agree with you. Running at Calais Campbell, wear him down, get him out the games, and then run at his replacement who comes in for him.
And they don't play well against the 3-4 defense either. So
no,
we've seen what that can do. And even though ours is a young 3-4 defense, I think we're coming together as a group there. So I think we got this game. The game that bothers me the most right now is the Falcons rematch because they've seen us, they know us, and they did beat Saints and Panthers, and that wasn't a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard it is to beat the same team twice in the season.
Yep, especially with somebody you play all the time within your division. That's tough.
Exactly. All right, bud. That's it for me.
All right, Johnny, Professor, appreciate it as always.
Oh, wait a minute. One more thing.
Uh-oh.
Peter Blake, will you shut up?
Oh, he's taking his line. Peter, will you shut up? There you have it. The Professor, Johnny Dean, spitting that knowledge. Again, if you want to call in, 727-475-1882. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Byron Leftwich, Todd Bowles. So, they ain't really going to much. Oh, here we go. It's up there, right? All right. Yep. Thank you for calling Bucnblake Sports. Blake Anthony, what you want to talk about?
Hey, this is Frankie from Wisconsin. How's it going, man?
Frankie.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How about you?
I'm all right. Had that wonderful Thanksgiving with the family and the extended family, so I'm coming down off that right now.
Oh, the food baby.
It's interesting to kind of extend that into you because I got my fiance and she's got her kids, but the kids stay with her ex-husband, and the ex-husband comes to Thanksgiving with his new woman, and honestly, it works because him and I became good friends, and it's actually kind of a weird Thanksgiving, but it actually works because we all get along well, and you wouldn't think that'd be a normal Thanksgiving, but it works for us, and I don't care what anybody says about it. But on to the reason why I called. One comment I want to make
all right
is I think it's kind of odd because everyone's talking about Nick Foles, and Nick Foles is great or Nick Foles is garbage, but I'm sitting back thinking, going, hey, remember when Nick Foles could have actually been donning the red and pewter?
Mm-hmm.
He could have been a Buck if we actually pulled the trigger on the trade. And I'm not going to lie, I was really hoping for that trade. But we did draft Winston, and I remember we talked about this, I think it was last week, when we actually drafted Winston, and I was kind of upset about it. And then later on I said, wow, he proved me wrong. I guess they knew what he was doing. So, but we could have had him running our offense.
Right.
But the other reason I called is because I have asked a few people. I have not been to Raymond James Stadium since everything happened with me medically speaking.
Right.
Because everybody knows I'm in a wheelchair now, and I have asked people, and nobody seems to know the question. It has been told to me by family that I am getting gifted to me tickets to go to Raymond James Stadium, not for a Buccaneers game, but my second passion besides Buccaneers football is wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And Raymond J. Stadium is hosting WrestleMania this year.
Correct.
and I'm told that we're getting tickets to Raymond J. Stadium for WrestleMania.
That's awesome.
And I don't know how handicap friendly that stadium is, because every time I've gone there, I wasn't in a wheelchair, so I don't know, and that's part of the reason why I was calling. I'm really curious because I haven't been there in 7 years.
Well, you've asking the right person. My mother, when she came to the Eagles game to watch us play, she's in a motorized wheelchair, and it's very accessible, and they accommodate to it. So you just got to let your representative or whoever you talk to, and you should work that out. And it's accessible for you. You can get in and around, and it's very mobile for people who are immobile.
Yeah. And my fiance, once we got told this, I said, I guess my dad is working out with one of his friends to make this happen. I said, we're probably going to WrestleMania in Florida. And she said, well, why don't you tell all your Bucs friends, all the Bucs podcasts that you listen to, that we're going down there, and maybe we can have a tailgate Buccaneers party in Raymond J. Stadium if we're actually down there. We'll do a Buccaneer tailgate party for you down there if we actually go. And I'm like, all right. So if it actually happens like it's supposed to, I'm going to organize a Buccaneer tailgate party, but it's not a Buccaneer game. It's WrestleMania.
Cool.
Yeah. The guy in the wheelchair that actually gets to go finally gets to go, but it's for WrestleMania, not a Buccaneer.
It's all right. Ray J is Ray J.
Hey, dude, I haven't been there in 7 years, 7 years. I didn't remember, but yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah, but that's why I called. I was curious, and just like I said, we could have had Nick Foles. So he's not a bad quarterback, and he's something that he could hurt us. He's great, and this is the time.
He's beat us before.
Nick Foles brings out his gun. He's a Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
And he was a backup quarterback then. He shines in the late end of the season. I have no idea why he doesn't do it in the beginning of the year, but he's a great quarterback. And I want to say that we can walk away with this game, but when Nick Foles is quarterback in a team, I never take it lightly like it's going to be an easy game.
Well, he's beat us.
It's going to be very close.
He's beat us before when he was with the Eagles, so he can beat us. So hopefully that's not the case come Sunday when we'll go to their house in Duval County. So hopefully we get a win out there.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one, Blake. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and have fun out there at the game.
Thank you, and I will.
All right.
Yep. There you have it. Frankie calling in from Wisconsin. Speaking of Wisconsin, good Lord, the beating that the San Francisco 49ers put on Green Bay Packers. Yikes. Again, if you guys want to call in, 727-475-182. When you're just tuning in, this is Bucnblake Sports, live on BucsReport.com. I'm Blake Anthony. This is my Friday edition to the pregame to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I myself will be live remote there from the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. Peter Blake will be live down in Fergs doing the Sports Web on Bucs Report. As always, down there with possibly maybe Al Keck, Leo Haggerty, Ray Tampa Bay Kennedy, maybe young Rhett Matthews, who knows, Philip Swagler. Check those guys out every Sunday, home or away. Myself, I usually go to the home games. The away, I usually tend to get out to those. I'll be in Vegas next year when we play the Raiders. That's going to be fun. Be my first time in Nevada. Thanks, Rasul. That's what I thought. It sounds great on my end. I know Frankie, he uses the Bluetooth because he's in the wheelchair, so he's a little bit hard to hear sometimes. I'm pretty sure it's loud. Everything's loud here, so, I mean, it's fine. I hear him good. Now, when I replay it, I can hear him, but he's on a Bluetooth, so that's why it's like that. Charles Richardson, welcome to the show. You gotta get you on here. You're always here. Rasul, you can call in if you like. 727-475-182. Same as you, Charles. Johnny Scott Shaw, welcome to the show. Felipe, as always. Will, Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that could have been our quarterback. I think Nick Foles, at the time, I think he's really big. I think in the pastoring, if I'm not mistaken, he wanted to stay out in Arizona and work on his pastoring career, but decided to go back to the Eagles and win a Super Bowl, which probably one of the best decisions of his life. He can still go back to getting back in his religious stuff and becoming a pastor. So that's cool that he got a Super Bowl. And they just pads the resume of Andy Reid knows quarterbacks. Starting from Brett Favre on down to Donovan McNabb, Nick Foles, and now Patrick Mahomes. Worked on Alex Smith. So, I mean, what do you know? I wish we could have got Andy Reid here if that was the case, as he's built his offense on speed. He really likes speed on offense and defense, which doesn't hurt. Speed kills. Finds players diamonds in the rough and does it. And that's why I'm hopefully Bruce Arians and this coaching staff, we can do that and start bringing our own regime here and start building up our developmental players, finding roles for them, and be more versatile. That's what I guess I'm looking for. That's why it's really great that Vita Vea is a multi-talented player, offense and defense, and does well at those. Just checking out the comment section. I ain't gonna keep you guys long. It's Friday. Call coming in. 1 second. Bucnblake Sports is Blake Anthony. What you want to talk about?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We'll talk a little bit. I just want to talk about a little Nick Foles. I'm sorry.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
All right, this is Russell.
What's going on, Russell?
I'm good, man. I'm good. From Philly, so I know and seen a lot of Nick Foles. As you mentioned earlier, I'm surprised they don't run more of that RPO offense with him.
He was successful with it.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know who the offensive coordinator down there, but I guess that's one of those deals where, a lot of offensive coordinators, they like to stick to what
they
their
know.
Plan is,
yeah,
rather than catering to the talent that they had. So I don't think Nick is going to be successful down there.
With all that money, they better hope so.
Yeah. So hopefully we get away. I think it's going to be a tight game. It seemed like just about all Bucs games are pretty tight,
Mm-hmm.
but when it's not a blowout, of course. But I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the Bucs is going to win. I think the defense is going to play well. I think the linebackers is going to have a good game too, stopping that run. As long as that defensive line hold up. But definitely that secondary, I'm just looking forward to the off season to see what this GM does, because I think the pressure is on him mainly. He's coming up short on some of his draft picks, so I'm not going to fault him on all of them. But definitely the majority of his draft picks haven't been that well, and I don't even understand why they re-signed our offensive linemen that they get definitely holding penalties and false start penalties every week.
Donovan Smith.
Oh yeah, you know it is. Exactly. I didn't have to mention his name. But they definitely have to address that position, and they definitely have to address that secondary. I like the secondary. I like the youth. But if we could get like a veteran on one side, and just, if we could key up on a main opposing wide receivers, number one.
Right.
I like our secondary.
I mean, it's what you want. You got a bunch of young guys back there. I think the corners are good as far as youth. Me personally, if we can't get a veteran corner, I would like a veteran safety, because we're kind of hurting at the safety position right now, especially with Justin Evans on a milk carton right now. Who knows if he's going to ever come back to play? That's another second-round pick that's gone if he can't play again. I don't know what his issue is currently right now, but that's definitely a position that we got to get better at as well.
Definitely. How do you like, in the offseason, how do you like the quarterback situation? Do you like Jameis coming back, signing?
It's always, Jameis is always a top commodity when you're talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you're asking me personally, I would rather keep building on the things that we need to get better instead of getting rid of one thing and then replacing another. Jameis proves that he could win in this league. He's just got to chill out with some of the issues that he has, and some of it's not all his fault, but some of it is, and he's just trying to do too much. But that helps, I said, when you're able to move the ball on the ground like what the Jaguars do. They don't let Nick Foles throw a whole bunch of passes. You're going to run a power offense, play good defense, and get out of there with a 3-point or 6-point win. I mean, it really doesn't matter how you win. It's just how you do it. And just got to limit turnovers. But I would like to see him back.
I definitely think I like bringing him back, Winston, but they definitely have to get that offensive line strong. I mean, like you said, a lot of it is his force and things. But I think once you get that offensive line intact, then you can evaluate him more.
Right, and then if you want to bring in another guy, the line's already set for him. You ain't got to get another guy in, and it's still got to fix the offensive line. Like you have to address this line. Damar Dotson's played his last season here, and I don't know if you want to keep on with Donovan Smith because he's getting paid top left tackle money. He's not putting up top left tackle performance. I mean, to me personally, he's a better guard to me because he doesn't really have the footwork to me. He does have his. Let me not bash him all the time that bad. He has his moments where he does play well, but in times when he needs to deliver, he's just not there. It's him getting beat.
It's him getting beat, exactly. Always. And I definitely agree on that. Safe trips up to the Jacksonville. You're traveling up there.
Yep, we're heading up there with the Jacksonville takeover. They'd had this ready since May, so I'll be there, have some videos and stuff, and I'll be on Peter's show from Ferg's at Live Remote. He's going to have up there, so I'm going to get there and take some videos and stuff for you guys. As I want to see all 32 stadiums. Jacksonville's next on the list. It'll be Vegas and the Raiders next year, so that's one of the things I try to do.
Nice. All right, well, like I said, safe travels. I'll be listening, of course, and hopefully get that win Sunday.
Absolutely. You said you were from Philly? Yeah, I moved down here from Philly, right outside of West Philly, near 52nd and Market.
Oh yeah, you West Philly. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I grew up uptown, like Germantown.
Oh, I got relatives there. Yep.
Yeah. I'm in South Jersey now, but
okay.
I travel over the bridge back all the time, back and forth over there. Still got family and friends over there.
A lot better living place out there in South Jersey than out in Philly.
Yeah, it's nice. It's quiet, but the taxes will get you.
Yep.
They hit you hard with the taxes, but I mean, I don't mind. You get more for your bang, more for your buck.
Yep.
Over in South Jersey, and a lot of people, all the Eagles.
They live over there. Yep.
Well, yeah, they live over in South Jersey, and they go back and forth across the bridge. I'll be down there next week, the weekend of the 8th.
You talking about the Colts game?
I'll be in Tampa. Is that game at home? Is that a home game?
Yeah, I think it's the Colts.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I might try to grab some tickets that one down there.
No, yeah, we'll be at the game. Got a big tailgate out there. Stay in touch. You can hit me up any of my social media sites. I'll get up with you and we can meet up.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come in that Sunday morning, so I'll definitely get in touch with you. I'll grab a couple tickets too. My old lady gonna come down there. So
good. Looking forward to seeing you.
I will. I'll hit you up, though. Hit you up on social media.
All right, Russell. You have a good day.
All right. You take care.
You too.
Peace.
Yep. Just checking out the chat line. Misador, all 32 is my goal. To Detroit will be number 10. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I buy something from the stadium. Even though it's a away team thing, I buy from it. But it's just, just to show that I've been there. So, it's good. Russell, Will, man. Yeah, Andy Reid is a good coach. My father's calling me. I'll call him back. Again, if you guys want to call in, 727-475-1882. Give a call if you want. If not, I'm going to get out of here and let you guys get on with your Friday. I'm going to get ready. Head into work here and get this day over with and then get ready to go to Jacksonville, Duval. Looking forward to it. I'll give another 5 minutes. We talk about it. What was he saying? Offensive line. Yeah, definitely got to address that. Like Rasul said, I mean, the keys to win games. I'm going to say this till I'm black and blue. The more games we win in the trenches, the more games we're going to win. I'm going to keep saying that. It ain't going to be the wide receivers. It ain't going to be the DBs. It's not going to be the running backs. More games we own the line of scrimmage, the more games we're going to win overall. Period. I think that's all I got for now, guys. I appreciate you guys checking in. Unless somebody calls within the next few minutes, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys checking me out every Friday, every Monday and Friday. Bucnblake Sports live on BucsReport.com. I'm Blake Anthony, and this is my show on Friday. And we'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything what you do with your life. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless, and fire those cannons.
There is a storm on the horizon. They say it follows a ship rigged with black sails. They'll destroy anyone who stands in between them and their hunt for gold. Have mercy on your soul if you ever run into these buccaneers. Run them down to David Jones' locker.
Yeah, this the home of the Bucs. Home of the Bucs. For all them cannons, watch how my city turn up. We gotta do something, there's levels to this, we got love it with us. They tell me we finally got it, I feel like we did it, and love it we